Okay.
So we want to discuss about the finals. We want to see who we think is going to win. Look at their strengths and weaknesses as well, their patterns and what they've done in this tournament that is working for them, why they are where they are now. I'm Clinton, what's up?
Yeah. Nice to have me again on the show. The final is finally here, but no much predictions. But there's only one winner. That is Barcelona fans. Barcelona fans.
Of course, I agree with you.
Yeah,
Comprehensively, I agree, of course.
Yeah, Barcelona fans are the winners, regardless of what happens. But I think if you want to go into the detail, you can, look at, Spain's strength and Spain's weakness. I think on the last show, I went deep into Spain and analyzed them end to end. And if you look at the way they play, they've had the best defense so far in this tournament. One of the reasons is that they know how to recycle possession. They know how to attack a possession. They know how to defend the possession. Yeah, so they're very, very, very good strengths. And they are very, very conscious of third man runs, third man movement. It's their strength. They know how to make use of third man runs. So that is one of their obvious strengths. And with Rodri in the middle, controlling the midfield and winning duels, Fabian Ruiz there. Pedri has kind of fallen down the pecking order in favor of Fabian Ruiz. But Pedri still gives them, that recycling of possession when they want to defend. Then for Argentina, I think that Argentina is they have been evolving.
No, wait, sorry. Pause there. Let's talk about Spain. So
Yeah.
you just said something the last
Yeah.
time, which is very interesting to me. Remember, in last show we were saying how are they going to use Pedri in the team, and I made mention of Euro 2024, where it was used as a number 10, very high, just at the tip of the box, mainly to operate from there and play decisive last pass. But when he got injured, they introduced Olmo. And for me, it looked like Spain found out themselves. Like they figured what was working best for them, which means it's either Pedri or Fabian Ruiz. De La Fuente's number 10, from what we've seen so far, is non-negotiable.
Yeah.
He needs to attack through the central channel. It's super important to him. So I'm just going to ask you a question. Because you said it looks like Pedri has fallen off the pecking order and Fabian Ruiz is ahead of him at the moment.
Yeah.
Do you think it's the right thing?
Yes, I think it's the right thing. Yes, and the reason why it's the right thing, I watched the video of De La Fuente's press conference, although it was in Spanish, but there was English translation, and he said that the reason why he tends to use Fabian Ruiz is because the way Barcelona plays and the way Spain plays is kind of different. That was his justification for the way he wants to use Fabian Ruiz over Pedri. So in Barcelona, Barcelona is more vertical, but Spain is more controlling. Yes, but Fabian Ruiz offers more when it tends to, crash in the box. This Pedri doesn't offer as much. Case in point, the game against France, there was a chance where I think, almost got the ball to Lamine Yamal. Yamal made a run and Yamal scored the ball into the box and Fabian Ruiz was there. So Fabian Ruiz offers, what Pedri offers in terms of controlling the pitch. Maybe not on the level of Pedri, but that crashing of the box is also important. He's also a goal threat. And I think that De La Fuente know that that's working for him. Because Pedri, one of his limitations is not always being in the final third. He's always outside. And De La Fuente wants, at least two midfielders to crash in the box. You see Olmo there, you see Fabian Ruiz there. So that is the reason why I think he's not using Pedri. But when he wants to control the game or he wants to suffocate possession out of the opponent, he would bring in Pedri. We saw it against France where Pedri came in and was just making sure the ball was just kept. So that's why I said one of the Spain strengths is defending with possession. They use possession to defend. While they use it to attack, it is their own defensive tool. It's kind of difficult to, press Spain. I was looking at France and I was just having a laugh when Pedri was chipping the ball over there. It was funny. Yeah.
Okay, so Argentina now. Yeah, you've made mention of, which I agree with totally, Spain being able to keep the ball so good, take the ball away from you, defend with the ball. I also strongly believe that Spain has strong presence across the four phases: the set of possession, the set to defense, the offensive transition, and the defensive transition as well.
Yeah.
So whenever they lose the ball, you see how they press. Case in point, there was this ball that they lost against France, literally in front of their box. Then Dembele launched a very long one to Mbappe, and at first Mbappe was like 1 versus 1 with Kubasi, but before he could control the ball, he had like 3 or 4 Spanish players around him. So that is to say how much they can defend transition as well whenever they lose the ball. But looking at Argentina now, I know that not everybody saw them in the finals, even though I've said so many times that I can't just go against Lionel Messi. But because they were the champions of the last one, I felt the hunger would not be the same. The fight would not be the same. The doggedness would not be the same. But here we are. Argentina is in the finals. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I tell people the same thing. I did not really see Argentina making it as far as they are making it. But I did tell, like, against England, I was saying I was favoring England, but I was saying if Lionel Messi has a good day, it's over, it's game over. And that is exactly what happened. Yeah, so Argentina, they are very, very, very strong. They win a lot of duels. They know how to make the game physical. And one of the mistakes that Spain should not make is playing the game on Argentina's terms. England made the same mistake of trying to go duel for duel with them. The way South American football is, it's all about, brass tackles. So yeah, they're very, very good in counter pressing. The only limitation is that they don't have wide threats. They don't have a natural wide outlet that can attack the opposition fullbacks. But it doesn't really matter because they tend to always want to attack from the central side. And if they want to go like play wide, we saw it against Egypt when Messi just switches from the central to the right wing. And he goes and started launching crosses from there. Yeah, and it's kind of funny. Spain can have one over Argentina if they don't play the game on Argentina's terms. Argentina are very dynamic in the way they play. They can play anything they can play any tactic they want. If it's possession, they can do that. If it's recycling the ball, they can do that. If it's counter attack, they can do that. Which is quite surprising. That's to say how wonderfully coached they are. Yeah, but if the game turns into a UFC or WWE match where it's draw for draw, I think Spain are going to struggle with that. And I know De La Fuente will try to afford that because one De La Fuente wants to enter a game playing the game on his terms. Recycling possession. Yeah, so I'm interested to also see how Cucurella would handle Messi when Messi decides to go wide. It's going to be funny because one of Cucurella's weaknesses is the way Messi has evolved in this tournament to play, where he doesn't always want to take on the left back, but wants to launch in crosses, is something Cucurella quite struggles with. So we're going to have a very, very good show. Yeah.
I'll start from the last thing you said. I think the defenders who are 1 versus 1 cheat codes that love to win their duels against guys who are 1 versus 1 guys. I think they love when your risk appetite is high, when you expose the ball, when you take the ball to them. I think they love such duels because that's where they try. So I would also agree with you that when you are pretty much a retainer, when you retain the ball, like you can carry across a long distance, and keep it and try to combine with a fullback or an interior who has drifted towards the wing as well, they do struggle. That's one way to kill them off if you are not certain about your 1v1. And if you're scared that if I lose the ball so much, then if they win it, then they will play a quick one and it's a turnover again and we struggle to defend such turnovers. I say this because I've seen it with Jack Grealish so much. He is the direct opposite of Doku. He is not going to take on his man 1 versus 1, but he is going to retain it so much that you will be frustrated. So that's already a disadvantage that Spain would have. But we are saying that this is only when Messi drifts wide.
Yes, yeah.
The coach has already said that when it comes to playing football, playing their game, they are very comfortable and they think they are probably the best in doing that. But quarrels, fights, dark arts, a whole lot of other things, which is part of football. That's where Argentina edges Spain by far. You will see how they were cutting Jude Bellingham's reading in the game. Kicked him like 2 or 3 times. He's provoked. He wants to fight. He's interested in chaos. He wants to exchange words. So for me, I think Spain is the better team in terms of their presence across the four phases, what they can do with the ball, what they can do without the ball. There is a reason they've just considered a goal.
Yes.
Also, there is a reason when you look at their World Cup campaign in 2010, you would agree with me that they were winning with just 1-0 because they
Yeah.
the ball for so long. Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, Xabi Alonso. There's also Gerard Piqué, who was quite solid with the ball and plays out from the back. They kept the ball so much. They would not take that risk that is going to probably endanger France. There was, before Pedro scored that goal, they wanted to, it was as though Fabian Ruiz was asking him to reset back to the centre back. But because he has seen that space, he decided to attack. Ordinarily, because Fabian Ruiz is part of the players who are in charge of keeping the ball, he understands that it's better, they were leading at that point, so it's better we use this ball to defend for most part of the game than for us to risk it and show it out to France. Then they can attack us. So it's a way for Spain to also beat Argentina. But I know that once Argentina concedes first, it's totally a different fight. We've seen
Yes.
it so much. It's as though they've just smelt blood in the water, and it's crazy. They take the fight to you. So it is really going to be an interesting one. But like you said, the winner in this are Barcelona fans.
Barcelona. I'm a Barcelona fan, so there's only one winner in this final. That is people like me, Barcelona fans. So Argentina have a weakness I have been like perceiving so far in the tournament, but it hasn't been made apparent. But we're going to talk about Martinez. Martinez, yeah, hasn't really been as solid as he was in 2022. And here's what I think. I think that if De La Fuente tells his players to shoot more outside the box, it may get a little bit funny for Martinez. He's been a bit shaky in terms of awareness, but it's not been apparent. We saw the goal by Cape Verde, yeah, when the winger shot the ball. Martinez has been caught on the wrong footing a couple of times, but it's not just apparent yet. And we are seeing that De La Fuente allows his players to shoot more. I mean, Kobasi shoots, like shooting the ball. So if Argentina are under that constant siege outside the box, it's not going to look really good for them. So that is one way I feel that I'm very, very certain that Fuente will tell his players to shoot outside the box much more often, to launch in shots into Argentina's goalkeeper, because we have seen that he could push the ball out. I think similar to the way they scored against, I can't remember, but Martinez is a weakness, and I think it's going to show in this match. Yeah. Because De La Fuente reached the game line by line. What do you think?
The debut we saw in 2022 is different from this Emi Martinez.
Yeah.
But he hasn't been called to that moment where there's never been a penalty shootout. There's never been, because the Emi Martinez of Aston Villa this season was also solid. I think I understand you, because he has not necessarily replicated that version of him in 2022, but that's 4 years ago, and we can understand the bit of a decline. But his biggest moments are usually penalty shootouts. Of course, I can remember the one Kolo Muani missed in the finals, which was also a big moment for him. This is the grand finale, and the class of Emi Martinez is a world-class goalkeeper by every standard. But I can understand your thought process, the rationale. I just think what I would say is that I have not seen that debut. But moments, separate games, and probably when he's called to action against Spain, we're going to see it.
Okay, go on.
I was just going to ask you for prediction, but because we'll close with that. Let me get what you're going to say before we.
No, I feel like De La Fuente. One thing about Spain, Argentina too, Spain smells blood. This one they smell, but they keep trying something. And I mean, we saw it against France, where Unai Simon kept launching long balls for Bayern to contest on a 50-50 duel with Upamecano. So, but what I'm trying to say is that if I was the Spanish coach, yeah, using my analysis of tapes I've watched so far in the tournament, Martinez is a weakness. Yes, it's a weakness in controlling his defensive line. So I believe that if they able to, and Spain have the players to launch, nice curled shots. Lamine Yamal is there; he can launch a nice curled shot. So that is one thing that I'm very very certain De La Fuente will use against Argentina. Yeah. Well, we can go over to your next
Yeah.
question.
Before we do the prediction, can you give me your combined 11?
Okay, my combined 11. For right back, I'll go with okay, for goalkeeper, I'll go with Unai Simon. Complete, good goalkeeper, good ball playing goalkeeper. He knows how to launch counters with the long balls. For right back, I'll go with Paul. Center back pairing, this is a bit tricky. Kobasi. I'll go with Kobasi. Yeah. And who else again? Then Romero. I'll go Romero. So Romero has been solid to me. Left back, Cucurella, obviously. Defensive midfielder, I'll go for Rodri. He has been very, very good. Like that's one of the best players in the World Cup so far.
Go on.
Yeah, then yeah, I think, well, I don't know. Paredes has been quite underrated to me. So I'll go with Rodri and Paredes in the middle of the pack. Then as a number 10, I'll go with Messi. Yeah. Then right winger, I'll go with Lamine Yamal, obviously. I'll go with Yamal. Center forward, Lautaro Martinez to me. Yeah, Lautaro Martinez as opposed to Oyarzabal. Then left wing, who both sides are lacking on the left, so maybe I'll just go Bayena. Yeah, that's my combined 11. Can I swap Oyarzabal for? Can I swap Lautaro Martinez for Oyarzabal? Sorry, I'll put Oyarzabal. Yeah, Oyarzabal. Yeah, yeah, yes.
My goalkeeper is going to be Emi Martinez. I know Unai Simon has been quite tidy in this World Cup, but
Yeah,
for my big moments, which goalkeeper do I need? I'm going to pick Emi Martinez. Right back, Poro. Center back, Kubasi. Laporte has a very big shout, but I'm only picking Romero out of bias.
yeah.
That's the only reason. So left back, Corella, I think he deserves it. Rodri is the DM. The midfield would have Rodri. Fabian Ruiz has been tidy. But the thing is, if I have to play Fabian Ruiz, I still want to play Paredes. So rather than playing Paredes as a DM, he's probably just going to play as an 8 with Ruiz for me. And it's so sad that I have to sit out Enzo Fernandez because then again, Enzo Fernandez has been so good in this competition. Yamal as my first, Messi as my first 9 for sure. But I'm going to have Baina at the other end.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
So, what are your predictions?
Predictions is difficult to be. I'm a Barcelona fan, 50-50. I can't see a clear winner because both strengths are very, very good. Both weaknesses are, everyone counters each other. So I don't know. I think it's a coin toss. It's a coin toss, 50-50. But the only winner is Barcelona fan.
I think the game ends in a draw, very low scoring draw, 0-0 or 1-1, and it goes to penalty shootout. That's what I see.
I don't think it's going to be a low scoring though. I think there will be. I see goals.
Okay,
I see
we would see.
Yeah, but I don't.
I finished because
Yeah, but
I think
I see goals, but no clear winner in sight. No clear winner in sight. I mean, I have serious emotional attachment to Spain, and if I want to follow my heart and my brain, both are very. It's a very balanced matchup. Yeah, it's a very balanced because they have like two of the best coaches in the tournament. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. 11 that we picked. If you were going to pick a coach to manage them, who would you pick?
Different. De La Fuente. Yeah, De La Fuente. Yeah. No. I love Scaloni. Yeah, but I feel like Scaloni is reactive. Scaloni is reactive. I mean, I love proactive managers. So, as I said, Spain want to play the game on their terms. The De La Fuente comes to a game and said, "This is how the game has to be played." Yeah, so it has worked for him. But Scaloni is okay from the tournament to see once they concede. That's when he starts saying, talking to his bench, his coaches, this make this switch, you know. So I will go. I don't know. It's very tight for me, but I like De La Fuente. Yeah, just because of his proactive stance.
No worries. This is where we'll come to the end of this, and we'll definitely see after the finals.
Yeah, sure, definitely. We'll see. Thanks for having me.
Bye bye.
All right.